of Tunisia and were entrusted to the care of Judge Richard Peters of Pennsylvania. These sheep were crossed with some established European breeds to improve meat characteristics. The Tunis sheep are copper head or copper red colored faces and legs with pendulous ears and minor fat deposits over their dock area. Tunis wool is a lustrous, long stapled fiber that has found favor with many fiber and textile enterprises. When Tunis lambs are first born, they are red or tan in color. A white spot is sometimes present on their forehead and on the tip of their tail. The lambs gradually turn white as their wool grows, but the hair on their face and legs retain a reddish or tan color. Currently, we have senior ram lambs in the ring. Your next class will be for the selection of our senior champion and reserve senior champion ram.
Four different bucks for sure out here. There's some different ways, some different school of thoughts for sure. Functionality is going to win, hold a pretty heavy hand today as we sort these. Probably the smallest statured buck here to lead the class, I'll grant you there. He's just true down his top. Really what you see is what you get on that top line. Good undercarriage as far as how he's tied up and through his chest floor. He's not super extended, but he blends really good in his shoulder, good in his angles. I think, for this class, one that can move and get out and travel and be functional, it's kind of gets it done today, quite honestly, being quite honest with you. Second place buck here, super big-footed, rugged. He's big from end to end as far as power and muscle. Get him into motion. He's just too restricted how he hits the ground at his rear two for me. Gets a little plainer in his lower shoulder. A sheep that's just going to be a notch more round designed. We get him out here, and we just like to put that head up on top of the shoulder just a nickel better, and he'd maybe come up out of himself and look more attractive through that front third, but second's real obvious for me there. Third place buck, again, a lot like our class winner, paints that picture from the side that we like. We get him into motion, and he's just not going to hit the ground true enough for us today. A buck that, again, if you're looking for style and you're looking for that extra look when you get out here, he's one you gravitate to, but third's obvious for me. Buck and fourth, obviously the outlier buck, the big buck here for sure. Need to change him on his front toes, need to change him on his back toes. Long bodied, super extended up through his front end. Just a buck that just doesn't hit the ground true enough or long term enough for me. Congratulations.
Placing on the class of senior ram lambs for the Tunis show, first in open, first in junior show to 2163, S&T 2321 Poseidon, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. That ram weighing 195. Second place to 2165, Red Barn Farm 0454, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. That ram weighing 196. Third to entry 2166, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 192. And fourth place to 2164, Premier Tunis, Kennedy, New York.
Quite nice senior drive here. These 6 bucks, sure, there's some bucks that aren't out here in this drive. They were ultra good and probably serve us some ewes this fall for sure. But these are the 6 that we elevate today in my mind. Gets real easy for me. That was a nice class of yearling bucks. We're going to keep those bucks together for senior drive. They'll be your senior and reserve senior, the fitted bucks. Congratulations.
Open show senior champion ram goes to entry 2157. First in the fitted yearling ram class, Red Barn Farm 706, Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. The reserve senior champion goes to entry 2161. Second in that fitted yearling ram class, S&T 2281, Schwartz and Tolley, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Now ready for January ram lambs. January ram lambs, please. Currently, we're showing January ram lambs for our Northeast Regional Tunis show. Your next class will be fitted February ram lambs.
We'll get in the younger bucks, and I think a really tough pair at the top here to get sorted as far as, you like things about both of them. I think the buck for me to win, he's just going to have that extra shot of power as far as muscling and thickness down his top. He's a buck that maybe reads just a notch more mature than our second place buck, but he's a buck that today when we get him behind him, we just like how he comes at us from his shoulder back into that hook, back into that pin set. Just a lot of natural wedge to his overall design. A buck that is extra big-footed at the ground, giving the young girls a little bit of a challenge out here to be cooperative, but when they do get them set up, you just appreciate so much about them. I think that's a nice spot to land to win the class. The more immature buck here in second, a little more refined in his design. Let's just say he's a little more feminine from nose to foot than the buck that wins the class, and that's okay. These younger bucks need to have some grow left in them. I appreciate his youthfulness. I really like his shoulder angle. I like how he blends into his forerib. Just a lot to like from the standpoint of where he's at. He's just going to get kind of outpowered by that buck that wins the class today for me. Big outline buck, again, a more mature buck of these four here in three. We love his growth, love his foot size. The bestest buck look is right there. We put him in a motion, and for me, I just can't get him any higher than third today. Need to hold his loin into his skeleton way better and just hold him up better on the top side of his skeleton for me for a male sheep. And then we're going to round out the sheep with a sheep that, for me, from front to rear, just a little coarser made. He's going to get a little bolder in his lower shoulder. We get up high and through that hook to pin set, and he's going to narrow up relative to his shoulder angle, or shoulder width, excuse me. But a nice group of four bucks here. Congratulations.
Next class is February ram lambs. Results from the January ram lamb class. First place in open, first in junior show to 2171. Swihart 2403, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 161. Second place to 2170, S&T 2340, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ram weighing 160. Third place to 2169, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 181. And fourth place to 2168, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. Well, here's the first Tunis trivia question. In 1999, 25 years ago, who was the exhibitor with the Grand Champion Ram, the Reserve Grand Champion ewe, and the Get of Sire class winner? And Becky Peterson got that right. It was Peter and Judy Harris of Massachusetts that had that Grand Champion Ram and the Reserve Grand Champion ewe and the Get of Sire class winner 25 years ago.
Really challenged. This top pair, they present so much good. Not to be too cliche, but they're bucks you like for different reasons for sure. Again, these bucks this time of year kind of cooperation. They're not really dialed in sometimes, but when we do get a good look at him, I think this is a guy that paints the best picture. The longest hind saddled for sure by a bunch. The biggest footed, the ruggedest at the ground. Just super big footed, super good legged when we get him out as far as how he hits the ground with his hawk. Just a really nice buck. Sure like to just maybe tie him in and hold him together just a notch on the top side of his skeleton when we put him in motion. But boy, he's a hard one to get away from in this February class for sure. Nice spot to start. Like the overall design, the second place buck, he kind of hits me. Let's just call it a little more moderate in his overall width and length and overall dimensions of his skeleton. And I really like that. That's something I'm really drawn to, the balance and the eye appeal that he presents you with. Is he as rugged, and does he have some of those ESTs that the buck that wins the class have? Absolutely not, but that doesn't make him, he's for sure a buck that can see a lot of service, super good-legged, just another nice spot to be in second. That's a challenging pair to split for me, but that's what makes it fun. That's a nice pair of bucks at the top. Congratulations. Buck in third here, extremely modern design, super youthful. Oh boy, when this buck gets laid in and lays up into the gentleman, props himself, super good in his chest floor. He's probably the best designed chest floor sheep I have in the class. Stays feminine, ties in good in his brisket. Just not as much of him today, but I didn't want to get him out of third. Functional, that's a true kind of a Tunis buck. When he grows out, gonna have nice color, good length of body, good foot structure. He can do a lot of good for a lot of people. The challenging buck in four here, when they first come out, I'll be honest, when they got him set up, I thought, boy, this is where we're going to land today from when I was behind him. Huge foot on this buck, super masculine about his head, so much to like for this February buck. We put him into motion, and he's challenging for me to look at on the top side of his skeleton. He just does not hold together well enough in his loin, not comfortable enough. That could come from being a little more ornery, or that could just come from not being quite have that structural integrity that I'm looking for, but I think four is logical for him. And then round out the class with a buck that's, again, modern in his design. He's never going to be the biggest buck, but he's always going to be kind of nice and true through his front third of his skeleton. Comes back at you with a nice hip structure. A nice buck. I just need to make him just a notch better in his chest floor. Pick him up, make him more elegant, get him to have that look that we're looking for on the sawdust. Congratulations.
Placing on the February Ram Lamb class, first place to 2173, Red Barn Farm 0474, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. That ram weighing 182, and it was first in the junior show as well. Second place to entry 2172, S&T 2354, Schwartzentali, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ram weighing 155. Third, second in the junior show to entry 2178, Harris 0512, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 119. Fourth, third in the junior show to 2175, Leah Bielwitz, Hunt, New York. Fourth in the junior show to 2174, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. Sixth place to entry 2177, Anna Sherest Garrison, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 7 to entry 2176, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. We now have March Ram Lambs in the ring. Your next class will be Slick Shorn Ram Lambs. Another trivia question. In 2004, 20 years ago, John Merzinski from Indiana judged the show. And what exhibitor did not have the Grand or Reserve Grand Ram, nor the Grand or Reserve Grand Ewe, didn't win the Breeder's Flock or the Exhibitor's Flock, didn't have the Get of Sire or the Premier Exhibitor, but did win the Premier Breeder? Was the Premier Breeder, without winning any of those previous ones?
Again, I think, the Buck Lamb class's cooperation, you got to try to get that look on them when they're relaxed and they're comfortable. Sometimes the best look on these is when they're moving for me. And boy, it gets away. This buck runs away with this class as far as his movement. He's by far the most flexible in his hock. He hits the ground the truest from his hock up to his hook set. He comes down to his toe really angular and really just good out through that back leg. I think that's where he excels this class. Interesting color color on this buck, maybe doesn't hit exactly for everybody a home run as far as Tunis color, but I think when we talk about functionality, length of top, and he is just so good down his top when you put him into motion. This is a March buck lamb class, and to me, he looks like he's the freshest buck out here. Nice spot to land. Second place buck here. I think he follows into this class as far as his power. If you're looking for that sheep that has the muscle and the hip structure, he's it. From the back view, you're going to win the class all day long with him. When you get off to the side, he's a little bolder in his lower shoulder. He just reads a little quicker for me in his overall design. If that's your type, you like him. I couldn't get him out of second because, again, he moves really, really well. The buck in third paints an awesome picture from the side. Angular up to his shoulder, up to his head and his nose. I mean, he's a show buck from the side. We put him into motion. His rear two are just going to challenge him to get any higher for me today. He's awful restricted there in his hock, and he comes down to the toe and flares out pretty hard when he hits the ground at the backside. But, boy, if you're looking one for angular and you have some really good structured ewes, maybe you can make some tough calls there in the barn. But for me today, third is as tough as I can get him. Buck in fourth here, super young buck, probably the youngest buck in class. I think he was down here at the end. But, when you study this buck, love the design, the rib shape, and the boldness through his rib cage. Still kind of true up through his chest floor. He's a young little guy. He's going to keep coming on. He'll be an interesting buck next year when he kind of catches some of these older guys, but a nice one there. I like his width and his design. And then we round out the class with a buck again, a little more angular as far as his overall design, but still really long body, maybe the longest hind-saddled sheep of the class. Nice class. Congratulations.
Our next class will be Slickshorn Ram Lambs. Slickshorn Ram Lambs will be coming into the ring next. So, to answer that question from 20 years ago, the exhibitor that did not have Grander Reserve Grand Ram, Grander Reserve Grand Ewe, did not win the exhibitor's flock or the breeder's flock, did not have the first place get of sire, and was not the premier exhibitor, but they were the premier breeder. That answer is Joe and Joan Seavey from New York. Placing on the March and later born Ram Lamb class for the Tunis show. First in open, first in junior show goes to 2182 O'Keefe, 2406 Zeus, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. That ram weighing 134. Second to entry 2179 S&T 2371 Schwartz and Tolley, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ram weighing 137. Third to 2180, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 137. Fourth, second in the junior show to 2183, Riverfront Farm, 404, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 5 to 2180, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. So that same year, 2004, 20 years ago, what exhibitor had the reserve grand champion ram and the grand champion ewe in the Tunis show that year?
I think we're a logical winner here in this class. Get a variety of ages, and so we're just going to sort them as face value out here as they hit the sawdust. And, this is obviously the buck that handles with the most power and muscle down his top. You get in behind him. He's open and expressive about that pin set. A buck that just reads really powerful. Still has some extension up through there and looks very good and angular up to the apex of his shoulder into his neck. So I like that about him quite a bit. I think that's a nice spot to land. Really attractive kind of a buck once you take the wool off this Tunis buck here for sure. Again, a really pretty profile buck. This young man brings us some today that are extremely elegant up through that front third of their skeleton and just paint a really good picture. Get in behind him. It doesn't have quite the width and dimension. Maybe there's some age differences. Who knows? Out here, I just think this stacks up for me to be my second place buck. I like how he looks, and I'd love to give him more muscle and shape, but that's where he is today. The buck in third, probably when you get him behind him, he's the best moving in his rear leg of the class. Really travels out free and easy. Boy, if we could just get the rest of his body to just kind of calm down and just walk like a sheep, I think we could have one here that we could talk about pieces and parts. For me, he stacks into third from his relative lack of muscle compared to the two in front of him. But boy, I appreciate how he moves. I like sheep that move good. I like this buck, how he moves quite a bit. The buck in third, just a buck that's going to read to be a little more immature out here in this class. That could be said for the next two bucks for sure. But a buck, when you get back and study him, good about his foot, good about his structure when we get him into motion. Just going to run out of some of that power, especially when we get him behind him into his twist. Just need to fill his leg up just a notch more to be able to challenge. We're going to take the wool off these sheep. We're going to be critical of how they look and how their muscling is. I think in 4 is logical for him. And the same thing with 5. Boy, you like the profile, runs uphill, good in his shoulder, get in behind him. Just need to punch him with a little more muscle to be able to challenge a powerful slick-shorn buck class. Congratulations.
Our next class will be pair of ram lambs. Pair ram lambs will be your next class. Well, the answer to that question, the exhibitor that had the reserve grand champion ram and the grand champion ewe in 2004, and then came back in 2009 and also had the reserve grand champion ram, was Josie Best. Placing on the Slickshorn Ram Lamb class, first place goes to entry 2162 S&T 2320 Schwartz and Tolly, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second, and that ram weighed 199. Second place to 2184 Busy Corner Farm 1280 Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ram weighing 168. Third place to entry 2188, also Aaron Liu. That ram weighing 159. Fourth place to 2187 Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 5 to entry 2186 Kyle Harris. Following our pair class, we will be showing for Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion Ram. Placing on the pair Ram Lamb class for the Tunis show, first place goes to Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. Second place, Schwartz and Tolly, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Third, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Fourth place, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. 5, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. Sixth place, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 7, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Again, now ready to show for Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion Ram.
Boy, what a nice set of young bucks here. Let's give a round of applause for the junior champion drive here. Just a really fun set of bucks. I'll be completely honest. I'm very transparent. There's 3 bucks that just elevate themselves to me. They have that extra look. They have some things about them you love. And the great thing about raising sheep is you can kind of pick your own preferences and be right one day and the next day be second place all day. And that's just the way this goes, and that's why it makes it so fun. But really, there's 3 outstanding bucks out here that I think that elevate themselves. And you know, when we get back and study them, sure, some differences. There's going to be some age differences, some build differences. But there's one I'm going to land on today I'm going to be real happy with, and then it gets really tight for reserve. But I'll go get your junior champion and then your reserve junior champion. Congratulations.
Our open show junior champion ram was 2171 out of the January Ram Lamb class. Swihart 2403, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. The reserve junior champion ram was 2173 from the February Ram Lamb class. Red Barn Farm 0474, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. Now showing for open show grand and reserve grand champion ram.
Really outstanding open show buck show here, and quite honestly, you know, I think a lot of juniors been out here too, so there's probably some junior show sheep filtered through here with the design of the show, but outstanding open show set of bucks. You know, for me, the 4 out here are ultra good. They could propel a ton of breeds and, you know, stoutness, and there's going to be some bucks that don't get banners hung behind them today that are going to go ahead and be propellers of their breed within the individual flocks, or maybe new buyers. And boy, I'm really excited about these 4. I'm going to go out and pick the 2 I like today. And looking at how good these bucks are, I'm sure things could change even if we wait 2 or 3 days from now. But this is the way they look on the sawdust today. And there's one that just hits me really hard. And then there's another one that I think there's some projection pieces there that really get me intrigued. So we'll go get your champion in reserve. Congratulations.
Overall grand champion ram was our senior champion ram, 2157 out of the Yearling Ram class, Red Barn Farm 706, Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. The Reserve Grand Champion Ram was our Junior Champion Ram. 2171 out of the January Ram Lamb class, Swihart 2403, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. That ram will also, that 2173 from Amanda Willard, will be our Junior Show Grand Champion. Now we need to select a Junior Show Reserve Grand Champion. So we'll need 2163 of Oliver O'Keefe of the Senior Ram Lamb in the ring. We'll also need 2173 of Greg Loper in the ring from the February class. And we'll need 2182 of Oliver O'Keefe in the ring.
This is when you know you have a heck of a fair and a heck of a breed, is when your junior show comes out here, and really it mimics some of our drives we had. Commend the juniors for getting these sheep prepared and getting them out there, and boy, they look awesome out here. This is a heck of a set of four. I think, you know, from there's our reserve buck on the top, our first place fall buck, our reserve junior champion, and then our class winner March buck. I mean, the heat's on out here to win this junior thing. We're going to come back and we're going to grab that reserve buck from the open show. He's going to be your champion, and then follow with a young man with the buck, the February buck for reserve. Congratulations.
So again, our Junior Show Champion Ram was 2171. 2171 was our Reserve Grand Champion. Out of the January class, Swihart 2403, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. The Reserve Junior Show Champion goes to 2173 out of the February class, Red Barn Farm 0474, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. We are now ready to show Best Headed Ram. Best Headed Ram for the Tunis show. Awards for our Rams for the Tunis show. Aaron's Shearing Service of Cummington, Massachusetts, that's Aaron Liu, provided the award for the Grand Champion Ram. Busy Corner Farm, Cummington, Massachusetts, provided the award for the Reserve Grand Champion Ram. And S&T Tunis, Hunt, New York, will offer the award for the Best Headed Tunis Ram. Best headed ram for the Tunis show goes to entry 2165, Red Barn Farm 0454. Drew Ridgeway, Liberty Town, Maryland, out of the Senior Ram Lamb class. Next up is our first class of yearling ewes. Yearling ewes Class 1. These are ewes with birth dates between 9/6/22 and 2/17/23.
Well, there's nothing more than getting energized when the yearling ewes class start, especially when you have a stinger hit the sawdust here. Boy, what an outstanding female to lead off here from the minute she hit the sawdust and I turned around and saw her. I mean, just so much to like, so angular. I'll be honest, so fresh for a yearling ewe. Handles just tremendous down her top, great condition. We get her out in a move and she relaxes and boy, there's just so much to like. Good legged, good made. That's an outstanding one. If she would just cooperate a little bit, she'd really help us out here and show everybody how good she looks. But she's an outstanding one. I think the sheep that mostly follows her from a ground standpoint, how we're built at the ground and how we get up and move is the yearling ewe in second here. I'll be honest, this one is you could take her wool off of her and she would look real ultra good as well. Dead level down her top, just true as true behind her shoulder. She's a really outstanding one. She's going to run into a stinger, but she probably wins a lot of yearling ewe classes across the region. Just so long and so much good to her. We get into third place ewe. My initial handle on this sheep, she is absolutely the longest hind saddled sheep in the class, and it's not even a question. From there, you get back on her, and I'm thinking we move, where can I put her in this top 5? Is she going to win? Is she going to be second, third? We get her into motion. She's just a little more restricted on her rear, too. Wants to just come underneath of herself just ever so slightly, and when we get in these deep of a classes here, we're going to do some sorts that get challenging. But, boy, I have a lot of respect for her. Really like her color. Just so much to like on that sheep. Now, we run into 4 and 5 here and kind of cut from the same mold. They're going to be easy doing sheep, good. They're going to be sheep that we really love on the side, how they balance and have some swoop to the middle part of their cage. That's good. Their condition doesn't play them any favors today in this class. They're going to shorten up with the overall look. But listen, these are females that it's late September. They're going to have some condition. I'm not going to be super hard on that, but these are nice females that I think, with it all be considered, there's just 3 females in front of them that are just notch better for me today. Congratulations.
Next class is Group 2 yearling ewes. Group 2 yearling ewes should be coming into the ring. These are ewes born February 18 of 23 through and including April 30th of 23. Placing on the Class 1 yearling ewes, first place goes to entry number 2257, S&T 2269, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 232. Second place to entry 2203, S&T 2297, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 226. And third place to entry 2202, that's first in the junior show, Mum, M2322, Penelope, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut, that ewe weighing 206. Fourth place to 2204, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. Fifth place to 2195, Drew Ridgway. Sixth place to entry 2200, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Second in the junior show to entry 2198, Riverfront Farm, 302, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. And eighth place to entry number 2199, Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Ninth place to 2205, Anna Shrest, Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Again, we'd like to introduce our ring help today, Zoe Amons from Chelsea, Vermont. Zoe is the 2024 National Petite Runner-Up in the Miss Agriculture USA contest. She's an advocate. She is an advocate for agriculture. Sorry. She and her family are here this week with Lincolns. Let's welcome Zoe and thank her for her participation today.
I think again a yearling ewe class that presents us with ultra good ones from the top to the bottom. A lot of females out here I like. We get out on the sawdust, and I think there's one that just she paints the picture. She's going to win this class today, and the young man sheep here on top, really elegant through her neck and up into her head. Just super attractive about that aspect of that female right there. A lot of rib, a lot of capacity. She's dropped into her flank where she balances pretty well for me. Just a nice spot to start. She's going to win for me. I really like the length of body in you in second. Maybe Reed's a little bit more immature than our class winner. Boy, I'd be real critical on her. If I could just change the way her neck's tied into her body, she is right up my alley. But she just gets a little off for me. We put her in motion, and then just wants to come out of the front side of her skeleton a notch too much for me today. But, boy, she's long-bodied, true, good-legged. That's an ultra good one right there. Two intriguing females for sure. The female in third, I really like how she gets out and moves. You get in behind her. She's got some width, got some base width that cover that structure that she has on top of her. A lot to like there. She's just a little more immature, if you will, than the two in front of her. She's just going to read a little greener today. I get my hands down her top. I just want them to come back to me a little more. I want to have just a little more touch, a little more rack shape today for me. But she's an ultra good one, good-legged. I mean, those three top females, get them in motion, and you just say they're all good and moving. Now we got to pick what we like as far as how they look, and that's really fun to do. The ewe in fourth here just kind of slowly, steadily works her way up into this top five from a balance standpoint when we put her in motion. A lot of thickness down her top, really big-footed kind of a female, just an honest kind of a female that I like to have in the top five. They're easy to talk about. And then we'll round out this class with the most moderate sheep in the whole drive here. But still, you put your hands on her, really dead level. I like the set angle to her leg. I think for this Tunis deal, we put her in motion. She's comfortable out through her pin set, and that's because she has the right set. Nice class. Congratulations.
Our next class is Slick-Shorn Yearling Ewes. Slick-Shorn Yearling Ewes will be your next class. Placing on Group 2 Yearling Ewes, first place and open first in Junior Show to entry 2208. Anderson Acres 134, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. That ewe weighing 224. Second place and open second in the Junior Show to entry 2209. Anderson Acres 136, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. That ewe weighing 205. Third place to entry 2214. Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. That ewe weighing 188. Fourth place to 2211, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Fifth place, third in the Junior Show to 2212, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. Sixth place, fourth in the junior show, to 2206 Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Seventh place to entry 2213 Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 8 and 5 in the junior show to Ryan Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. And 9 to 2215 Anna Sherest Grierson of Brimfield, Massachusetts. In 2014, just 10 years ago, Ed Julian judged the show. Who was the exhibitor that had the grand champion ram that year? And the answer to that 10-year-old trivia question, the exhibitor with the grand champion ram, was Boulder Creek from Maine.
Well, I think it sounds cliche sometimes, but these are some nice females. I expected this class to be pretty deep. The Slickshorn program really, I think, got a lot of notice of probably this show expressing, taking the wool off these sheep and how good they are underneath. I think some differences for sure, but it's just hard to get away from the angularity, the femininity, and then that really true top in that class winner. She's ultra cool from the side. I mean, she's got so many bells and whistles when you get her out here on the sawdust as far as how she's designed. Is she the biggest muscled, or is she this or that? Boy, I don't know, but she doesn't fall very far off number 2 on a lot of categories for me. She's really ultra cool. That's one that's, I bet you, pretty fun to show out here. She looks awful good. The ewe in second, when they first hit the sawdust, just staring at them from back here, I thought, well, there's a sheep with some width, some natural design. Really appreciate that about her. Love her cage. Maybe in a little more condition than our class winner, but that's okay. I think she's still quite a bit right there at 12 o'clock for me. When I get in behind her, does she wedge as true and as exotic as that class winner when we get in right at the top of her pin set? No. But that probably becomes she's a little more open in her shoulder. Doesn't blend quite as well as our class winner. But with those, that's a really interesting pair up there on top. They pair up awful nice for me. Young lady sheep here in 3, long-bodied, stout, built from a different scale than them class 1 and 2 for sure. She's rugged, she's round, she's just a lot of power, right? She's one that you don't want hitting you when you walk around the feeder because she's got a lot of stuff to her. Let's just put it like that, and we appreciate that. Get her out here in the ring and get in behind her, and just as much rib cage and design she has maybe makes it look like she doesn't have as much twist and lower leg than the ones in front of her. Couldn't be deceiving. I think 3's logical for me. I think she just doesn't quite tie them all together to get out here and get any higher. The young lady sheep here in 4, again, kind of built like that third place sheep. Kind of where I fault her is we get her in motion. She's going to be a little too straight through her rear too. Just need to get her to set her leg down and have a little more comfortableness through her hock. I think that would really help her out and get out and travel. But super functional females. 5 here, again, smooth body, good condition. I commend that. This late in the year to have these Tunis dialed in and be able to handle a touch with some firmness. Hats off to you. I like this female a lot. We get off the side of her and put her in motion. She's going to run downhill a little bit through her hip structure compared to the ones in front of her. But, man, we're splitting hairs. She's awful good. She could have the next good one in her as far as I know. We talk about the positive she has about her. And then we're going to round out the class with a rugged built, just a salty kind of a female. She's soggy-sided, deep-bodied. She's one that's got a lot of life ahead of her. Congratulations.
Placing on the slick shorn yearling ewes for the Tunis show. First place goes to entry 2217, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, with Busy Corner Farm 1249. That ewe weighing 175. Second place to entry 2216, Ridgeway 2304, Drew Ridgeway, Libertytown, Maryland. That ewe weighing 200 pounds. Third place to entry number 196, S&T Tunis, Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 207. 4 to Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York, with entry 2218. Fifth place to 2221, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 6 to Kyle Harris, with entry number 2220. Again, now showing pair of yearling ewes. Following the pair of yearling ewe class, we will be showing senior ewe lambs. Placing on the class of pair yearling ewes, first place goes to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second place to Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. Third place, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. 4, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. 5, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 6th place, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. 7th place, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 8th place to Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Again, now ready for senior ewe lambs. Currently, we're showing senior ewe lambs. Your next class will be open show senior champion and reserve senior champion selection.
What outstanding fall ewe lamb here to start out with. She kind of calms down there and finally gets around and walks natural and lays into her top. And that first walk, she sure wasn't cooperative for sure. And, we get her out here and move her a little more and see how naturally and how level she is down her top. She paints a great picture from the side. Ultra feminine up through her front end, long bodied, setting in her flank really nice. I mean, she just kind of maturing in, fresh, but yet has some depth to spring her rib. Really like that one a ton. Ultra cool one here in second. I mean, this is one for me to hard to get away from, quite honestly, because this is the kind of sheep I raise. Big hip, cool fronted, moderate in their design, open rib. Look like they're going to live for 15 years. I mean, these are nice ones right here to have. We get them out here. She just runs out a little bit of those extras that class winner does, but man, take her home, and that's an ultra good one. Same could be said for third place here. I think falls in line. Maybe just a notch chisel or chested up from the front than her second place shoe. But when you get him behind her, maybe just doesn't quite give us that width when you get him behind her as a second place shoe. But, peas in a pod, kind of flip them the way you want. I think they're ones, different people could put different emphasis on that pair in the middle and flip them. I just like the width and dimension and rib in that second place shoe. She just looks like a mama. Get down here in 4, and again, similar to 3 and 2 in mind as far as her build and her design. Moderate in her cavity, structure holds together really well. Big old foot on this little girl. Again, this fall ewe lamb class kind of sorts it visually for me fairly quick, but that's not saying that we don't have some super structured sheep in here, and she's one. Love how she moves. Great ewe there as far as being fourth in a class of fall ewe lambs. Get down to 5, and I think probably the most unbalanced sheep, a sheep that's just a little coarser down in her lower shoulder, a little higher in her hip, just kind of runs out of some look for me. Nice class. Congratulations.
Our next class will be open show selection of our senior champion and reserve senior champion ewe. Placings on the senior ewe lamb class. First place in open and in the junior show goes to entry 2234 Red Barn Farm 0455 Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. That ewe weighing 175. Second place to 2232 S&T 2322 Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 142. Third to 2236 Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 138. 4 to 2235 Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. And 5 to entry 2233 Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland.
Let's give a big round of applause. This is 8 powerful females. Boy, this is really fun. Outstanding females. There's some ewes out here that might not have got a second look, and you go down a couple weeks or a month, and somebody's just going to fall in love with them. So keep feeding on them, keep pushing them. Don't let me decide your futures as far as what you're going to do in your showing career. For me, it's a stout, big yearling ewe, big bodied, big ribbed, big topped. She's fighting her darndest not to look good today, but she still looks good. That first class yearling ewe, she's going to be your senior champion. Just tremendous female. It gets extremely close from there. That second place ewe behind her in this fall ewe, I just think those are two ones that are cut from an elite package, and differences for sure. But boy, when we get out here on the sawdust, one's got to have that extra look, and that's going to be our fall ewe lamb. She's going to be reserve.
Open show senior champion ewe goes to the first place Group 1 yearling ewe. Entry number 2257, S&T 2269, Schwartz and Tolly, Tunis, Hunt, New York. The reserve senior champion goes to our senior ewe lamb class winner, entry number 2234, Red Barn Farm 0455, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. We're now ready for January ewe lambs. Tunis, January ewe lambs to the ring, please. So here's your next trivia question. Just 5 years ago, 2019, Jake Reister from Washington was our judge. And I want to know who had the reserve grand champion ram, the grand champion ewe, as well as the first place exhibitor's flock, breeder's flock, get of sire, and was named the premier exhibitor and premier breeder. That was a easy answer because I got a quick answer. It was Schwartz and Tully out of New York. So, since that was so easy for you, tell me who had the grand champion ram that year. It was not Schwartz and Tully. And it was Aaron Liu. Boy, you guys are really good on just short-term memory. Who had the reserve grand champion ewe that year? And the answer to that question is Emma and Brooke Kyle of New York.
Ultra pair on the top here. I think these two females on top just get out from the class and just sort themselves really, really quick. You want to talk about one that's just chisel-shouldered, chisel-necked, ultra feminine in her chest floor. I mean, here's your girl. She's ultra good to look at from the side. You get in behind her, wide pin set, deep swoop. You know, we talk about that 8th, 9th, 10th rib in this sheep. Still depth. Fresh for a January class. There's a sweetheart right there for sure. The big long-bodied, soggy kind of sheep here in second. If you like them long-bodied and just to look good in a picture side or two-dimensional, you're going to win the class with her and think everybody else is crazy. For me, when I get in behind her, I just need her to cover her structure just a little wider when we get out and move. She holds herself together really good on the top side of her skeleton. It's just underneath that, you know, we want to be nitpicky, and I'm going to be in this class a little bit. I will say one thing about this female. I really appreciate her color. I think she just dialed in. I mean, just ultra cool. But that's a fun pair on top there. The ewe in third, I think she kind of just fits in third with, she's going to shorten up a little bit with the females in front of her, but she's still really good made. Again, her front third of her skeleton built a lot like our class winner, and I appreciate that. These guys have brought me some really cool fronted sheep today, and this girl fits the bill for sure. Really good down her top and just ultra cool out through her tail set. Definitely the most rugged and mature sheep as far as condition is here in 4. A sheep that's just a little soggier today, and that's okay. We get her out here on the sawdust. Just need to trim her up a little bit, make that chest floor look a little better. I don't think she's bad in her chest floor. I just think that she's carrying some extra white muscle there that's doing her some injustice, but that's a nice sheep. And then the girls down here on the bottom in 5, again, a fresh one, a young one, a one that's days on earth are probably a lot shorter than some of the other ones out here, but good hipped when you get in behind her. She darkens up a notch for me. Sure like to lighten her up a little bit, but nice class. Congratulations.
Next class will be February ewe lambs. Placing on the January ewe lamb class, first place goes to entry 2238, S&T 2335, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 134. Second place, first in the junior show, to 2237, Red Barn Farm 0458, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York, that ewe weighing 153. Third place, to entry number 2245, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 131. 4 to 2239, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. Fifth place, second in the junior show, to entry 2243, Small Fry Farm Continued, 129, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. Sixth place, third in the junior show, to 2240, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. And seventh place to 2242, Anna Shurast Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Class in the ring is February ewe lambs. Your next class will be March ewe lambs. why I sent that message about what are we doing on Saturday, because I thought I'd fly back, catch that meeting, and then come back here. Whenever I got your message back, all I saw was wheat farming, I thought, because that was the second half of that message during instant. I thought, I didn't miss wheat farming, that's a connection. But then I read the whole thing, and I thought, nope, not Saturday. Because I thought, well, I'll leave right tonight, like fly in to India, go to that meeting, and fly back out. She's on good.
what an interesting class. I think we find ourselves with absolutely similar built sheep in 1 and 2 in my mind. Designed so similar through their front shoulder and up into their neck, dead level, great legged. I mean, I know they look a little visually different as far as how they're presented, but boy, this top pair here, they couldn't be designed any more similar in my mind. Wanted to stick them together. Glad they moved really good on that last walk. Let's talk about that class winner. Ultra cool, design up through her front, dead level, moves out really free and easy. Just really fresh too. Is super extended when she kind of calms down. She dials right in and lays into her top. What a great spot to start. I'll be honest, from the beginning, she's winning this class. It's from there where the decisions were getting made. I think the decision in second and third were a little tough for me. Different types of sheep, and as I just spoke about, I think our second place shoe really follows our class winner. You get in behind this female right here. She's opened up on the top side of her pin, but boy, she comes down to just a great set of feet and legs, and a female that gets out, I will be honest, she moved the best of anybody in class, and we're going to run her up to second. The round-bodied, kind of short-coupled you here in third. The young lady does a good job with her and gets her head up. Not a whole lot of holes in this female. I just think, and I'll say this, maybe she gets a little more plain in her design out here in this class. Maybe doesn't have that extra shot of hip or maybe that extra shot of extension, but a really good one there for sure. The ewes that come in 4 and 5 cut similar for me as far as their design. They're just a little more open on the top side of their blade. They're sheep that just don't want to blend their shoulder into their cavity as smoothly. And with that being said, they get a little flatter ribbed when you get right in behind them. But they're good doing February ewe lambs that have grown well. Really nice class. Congratulations.
Next class will be our March ewe lambs. March ewe lambs be the next class into the ring. Placing on the February class of ewe lambs for the Tunis. First place in open, first in the junior show to 22:48. Red Barn Farm 0470, Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. That ewe weighing 137. Second place and second in the junior show to entry 2252, Harris 0515, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. That ewe weighing 97 pounds. Third in the junior show to entry 2246, Leah Biowitz, Hunt, New York. That ewe weighing 135. 4 in the junior show to 2249, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. 5 in the junior show to 2250, Colin Anderson. 6 and 6th in the junior show to 2247, Leah Biowitz, Hunt, New York. 7th place to 2251, Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. 8th place to entry 2255, Drew Ridgway, Liberty Town, Maryland. 9 to 2256, Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. And 10, 7th in the junior show to 22.54, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Again, we have March ewe lambs in the ring. Our next class will be slick shorn ewe lambs.
Get into this March class and really an easy winner, especially get out there and put her into motion. I think a female that handles herself really well, again, attractive through that front third, and when she relaxes, she's really level down her top. There's a nice spot to start in this March class. From there, we run into some differences in maturity pattern. I think the one that's just built the way I like it is this ewe in second. From there on, from second on back, level in her design, long from flank to flank, really immature headed. She might be the youngest one out here. I can't remember where she was on that lineup, but boy, she is just ultra fresh and one that projects to do really well. This is a female that get down the road, you could probably slick her off when she gets enough condition to her and be all right in that game way if you want to do that. You in third here, again, a little bit of an outlier. If you're one that can handle a little more freakiness to them, you're probably in on her a little harder than I am. I need them to be a little softer in her flank, a little softer, a little easier doing in their rib cage. If you like them big and extreme and you think you can feed different points in, you're probably all in on her. I think third for me today suits me. From there, another real, let's say fresh. She's probably a little too green for me here in 4. Wish I could get more on this sheep. I think she's similar to our second place sheep. She just ultra green today, and I'd like to see her. It is a March class. I realize that, but boy, just like to see a little more to her. Then the females we run the class with, females that do have condition, I just like to make them a little leveler, get them down to set in their hock just a little better so we level out and are not so high hipped when we get in motion. But nice class. Congratulations.
We're now ready for slick-shorn ewe lambs. Placing on the class of March ewe lambs, first place goes to entry number 2263, Busy Corner Farm, 1296, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. That ewe weighing 108. Second place, first in the junior show, to entry 2266, Riverfront Farm, 403, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. That ewe weighing 74. Third, to entry 2264, O'Keefe 2407, Athelia. Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. That ewe weighing 108. She was also second in the junior show. Fourth place to 2265, Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. Fifth place to 2265, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Sixth place to entry 2260, also Wendy Cameron.
Boy, what an ultra good one here. Take the wool off this ewe lamb, and she is built like a truck down her top. Just thick, wide, good to the touch. She's got that extra shot of extension, lays into her shoulder really nice. She, quite honestly, gets out and wins this real quick for me. Super nice one here to start the class with. From there's some challenges as far as what you load your preferences on. I think the fresh one and the one that's probably the most similar when you get back and study her on her underneath part of her skeleton is this one in second. Apologize about that. This one here in second maybe doesn't have that expressive pin set that we have in our class winner. Maybe doesn't have that levelness out from her hook out to her pin set as well. But boy, she's a nice one. She's fresh, up-headed. Really nice one there. I think the one that grows on you is in third here. You get back and you study her. Maybe a little more of that traditional tail that we come with the Tunis here. But boy, you study her. Long-bodied, good doing. I think good moving. Really nice spot here for third for her. She just maybe doesn't have some of that extra muscling or extra look, but boy, she's a good one in third. The ewe in fourth, I'll be honest, we're getting them in motion. I thought we'd probably get her up maybe one slot higher. I like how she moves. We get her on a standstill, or we get her just kind of leveled up, and she's going to run downhill, be a little softer about her overall design, especially on the top side of her skeleton. But anyways, a real good doing sheep. Really like her rib in this female. Just doesn't have some of them extras. The sheep here that directly in front of me, the guys with the blue shirt have on. Again, boy, if I could change this, it's so hard, with visual aspect of judging sheep. If we can just get her neck set right, if we can get her neck set on top of her body and not coming out the front of it, that changes the whole game plan for this female. Because she's level, she's good rib, she's soft flanked. There's so much about her cavity that you like. But boy, her front end just does not do her any justice, and that's being completely honest, and that's why she is where she is today. And then we'll run out to class with a sheep. They're just running out of power, running out of shape, as far as over top of her. But a really nice class, a really good one on top there to start with. Congratulations.
Our next class will be pair of ewe lambs. Pair ewe lambs will be our next class. Placing on the Slickshorn ewe lamb class, first place goes to entry 2267, S&T 2323, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York, that ewe weighing 144. Second place to 2276, Busy Corner Farm, 1295, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 120. Third to 2270, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts, that ewe weighing 119. Fourth place to 2275, Reagan Stam, Mystic, Connecticut. Fifth place to 2271, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And sixth place to 2274, Reagan Stam, Mystic, Connecticut. Currently, we're showing a pair of ewe lambs. Your next class will be for the selection of our junior champion ewe and reserve junior champion ewe for the open show. Next class will be for our junior champion and reserve junior champion selection for the open show. Placing on the pair of ewe lamb class, first place goes to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second place to Greg Loper, Nunda, New York. Third place to Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Fourth place, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. 5, Leah Biowicz, Hunt, New York. Sixth place to Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. Seventh place, Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. Eighth place to Boulder Creek, Penobscot, Maine. Ninth place, Oliver O'Keefe, Marlborough, Connecticut. 10, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 11, to Reagan Stam, Mystic, Connecticut. 12, Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 13, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. And 14, Kyle Harris of Ludlow, Massachusetts.
I don't know if there's anybody having more fun in this barn than me. What a great set of Tunis. I commend everybody. This junior champion drive, it's fun. There's some heat out here. There's some females that probably will leave here a little disappointed and go make me look like a fool later in their career, and that's okay. We're out here to sort them today, but I do want to commend the breeders. They're just an awesome set of 8 out here. There's some females, we get out here, they just elevate. That's just the way it goes, right? We got to sort what we like, and we get to this stage, and there's 2 females that just absolutely come to you, and they come hard, right? It's the January and the February. I mean, they just come out, and it's like, these are the kind that you just get back and study. Their design's so ultra good, and as far as their front third, their length of body, there's some differences for sure. But boy, those are 2 hot rod females right there. Those are good ones. You can't cut them apart with a needle. They're so tough. So I'll go out and get your junior champion, your reserve junior champion. Really had a lot of fun. Congratulations, all 8.
Our Open Show Junior Champion goes to first place January ewe lamb, entry number 2238, S&T 2335, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. The Reserve Junior Champion goes to the first place February ewe lamb, 2248, Red Barn Farm 0407, Greg Loper, Nunday, New York. Now showing for Open Show Grand and Reserve Grand Champion ewe. Award sponsors. Our award sponsor for the Grand Champion ewe is Oliver O'Keefe of Marlborough, Connecticut. The sponsor of our Reserve Grand Champion ewe award, Boulder Creek Farm, Penobscot, Maine. Also S&T Tunis, Hunt, New York will present an award to the exhibitor with the best headed ewe.
Open Show champion ewe here. Again, I won't talk a lot. I usually don't have anything real articulate to say anyways. I just like looking at good sheep, and boy, I've had fun in this Tunis show today. I'm not going to waste any time. These ewe lambs are too dang good for me today. They're going to be champion in reserve. Congratulations.
Grand Champion ewe for the Open Show goes to entry number 2238. 2238 out of the January ewe lamb class, S&T 2335, Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. The Open Show Reserve Grand Champion goes to our class winner from the February ewe lamb class, entry number 2248. Red Barn Farm 0407, Greg Loper, Nunday, New York. We need 2234 to come back into the ring for our junior show reserve champion. 2249 or 2248 is our junior show grand champion. She was the reserve open grand champion. So we need 2234 into the ring. And we need 2237. We need 2252. and 2264. So our junior show champion was 2248. And our reserve junior show champion goes to our senior ewe lamb class winner, 2234, Red Barn Farm, 0455, Greg Loper, Nunde, New York. We are now ready for best-headed ewe. Following the selection of our best-headed ewe, we will have exhibitor's flock, followed by breeder's flock, followed by get of sire. Best headed ewe for the Tunis show goes to entry 2242. Small Fry Farm continued 132. Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. Again, now showing exhibitors flock. Placing on the exhibitors flock class, first place to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Third place, Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. 4, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 5, Drew Ridgway, Liberty Town, Maryland. 6th place, Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 7, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 8, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Now showing breeder's flock. Following this will be get of sire. Placing on the breeder's flock, first place goes to S. Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second place to Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Third place to Colin Anderson, West Carlton, New York. Fourth place to Drew Ridgway, Libertytown, Maryland. 5 to Anna Shrest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 6, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 7, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. Now showing get of sire. Placing on the Get of Sire class, first place to Schwartz and Tully, Tunis, Hunt, New York. Second place, Aaron Liu, Cummington, Massachusetts. Third, Peter Priest, Ludlow, Massachusetts. 4, Amanda Willard, Northampton, Massachusetts. 5, Anna Sherest Grierson, Brimfield, Massachusetts. 6, Kyle Harris, Ludlow, Massachusetts. And 7th place, Wendy Cameron, Middleborough, Massachusetts. The premier exhibitor for your Northeast Regional Tunis Show is S&T Schwartz and Tully Tunis, Hunt, New York. The premier breeder, the calculations came to a tie, so according to the book, we had to go to the 7th place animal, or the 7th animal, and the highest placing of the 7th animal, and that resulted in Schwartz and Tully Tunis defeating Greg Loper. So Schwartz and Tully Tunis is our premier breeder as well. So if somebody from that would come out, pick up their awards, that does conclude our Northeast Regional Tunis Show. Our judge has been Tim Gadsby of Pennsylvania. We are going to take about a 15-minute break before we begin our lead line competition. Lead line will begin in 15 minutes. Tunis exhibitors, you've got about 15 minutes to squeeze in those photos, so we'll let you do that while we're getting ready for lead line.